The people have spoken, so I'm coming at you with another kitchen vlog. Today we're making homemade applesauce. I've made this recipe a few times before. It's really simple, really delicious, and it's easy. You just have to cut, peel, and chop all these apples, and today I'm making it for my boyfriend for Valentine's Day because he is an apple fanatic. As I'm cutting the apples, I like to add them to lemon juice so that they don't brown any more than they already are. But now that I think about it, it doesn't matter because they're gonna be cooked down anyway. I also realized it was easier to peel them with this potato peeler, so I ended up doing that the rest of the time. Once you have all of your apples chopped, we're gonna go ahead and bring them to a boil on the stove. I added a little bit more water, but that was really just because of the amount of apples I had. Then go ahead and get your sugar cauldron, and we're gonna add about 2 to 3 tablespoons of sugar. Again, I also added extra because I had a shit ton of apples. I also added extra cinnamon because I think he would like a stronger cinnamon flavor. After your well-needed dance break, you're gonna let them boil for, a couple minutes and then go to a simmer for 15 to 20. So in the meantime, let's make dinner. With frozen pizza, I have to add a little extra toppings like this Italian seasoning, some crushed red pepper for spice, and top it off with a little oil. Isn't she pretty? Honestly, the pizza was okay. It was edible. After letting the apples simmer, go ahead and mash them, make any other adjustments. I added some extra sugar, give it another stir, more mashing. You might have to let it cook a little bit longer, but this batch came out so good. After it's fully cooled, go ahead and put it into any jar. I put it into this one and wrote a little note. As you can see, it was a big batch. And pop it in the fridge and it should keep up to a week. I'm also going to prep tomorrow, starting with the cream cheese filling. I opted to only macerate the strawberries tonight because I didn't want it to affect the cream cheese. Something with the acidity, I just don't think it would have worked. Once you're done, just pop those bad Larrys into the fridge until morning. In the meantime, we're gonna get started on the crepes. Go ahead and add all of your wet ingredients into a bowl. I made the mistake of using a smaller bowl. You'll know what I mean when I get to whisking. Once you're done with that, go ahead and add your dry ingredients into the same bowl. I wanted to sift it because I just think it makes it a little bit easier to mix, but feel free to use a blender or a hand mixer, whatever is easiest for you. A clean workstation makes for a happy workstation. The chocolate recipe was pretty similar to the regular crepe recipe, just with added cocoa powder. Both batters can be made up to 24 hours ahead of time, so see you in the morning. And as you can see, it thickened up overnight. When adding your batter to the pan, go ahead and swish it around like you're moving oil around the pan. Scrape the sides and do a nice flip. Oops. The filling itself was pretty easy to make, but if you don't have a hand mixer like me, go ahead and ask your muscles to help you. Look at our berries from last night. I went ahead and plopped some of them in there and slowly added the juices. I didn't want the filling to get too runny, but this was a pretty good consistency. My plating could have been a little bit better, but this is what I've got.
Thank you. It's called Lutzo Jr. It was the first animated short Pixar made.
I'm glad the filling, I get the sweetness from the filling more than the crepe. I like that.